What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Echoes of Elsewhere, where we crawl through the forgotten, climb into the forbidden, and shine a light on the explorers who bring abandoned spaces back to life. I'm your host, Courtney Autumn, and today's guest is a explorer, a fighter, literally and figuratively, and a standout voice in the urbex world. I'm talking about Keeper of the Second, known for raw, emotionally charged photography and deeply honest reflections on mental health. Keeper also happens to be part of a little-known subculture within urbex, Underground Urbex Boxing, which I myself didn't really know a whole lot about until I sat down with Keeper, so I learned something new myself in this interview. In this episode, we get into it all, the community that forms in the shadows, the beauty and the heartbreak of exploring, and the emotional roller coaster that comes with urbex. Keeper doesn't just document decay, he reflects on what it means to seek meaning in forgotten places. So strap in, this one is part exploration, part revelation. Let's step into the ring and into the shadows with Keeper of the Second. Are you in Texas?
Born and raised and still living here. The best country in the world.
Where did your urbex journey start?
It started here in Texas.
Okay, yeah.
Many moons ago.
Is there lots of potential still for you since you've been doing it for so long around there, or have you kind of hit all the good stuff?
Here in Texas, it's a gym. I would say it's like a hit or miss. Mm-hmm. Texas is one of those states like you have to hit it before they demo it, and then they start rebuilding a new place.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to ask if they're quick to like flip the property kind of situation.
These places have been abandoned since like 2018. So it's like certain towns, yes, but not really.
Dang.
Most of the good stuff is in the West Texas or East Texas, like
Gotcha.
in the like small towns, like 10 people kind of thing living in the town.
Like no one's there.
Literally,
they don't have
nobody.
A police department.
Yeah, the police department's like 45 minutes away. By the time they get here, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta love those places, though, I will say.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I drove through Texas twice, and I used to think that tumbleweeds only showed up in cartoons. I didn't think that they were like a real thing. So when I saw this massive, I don't even want to call it a tumbleweed because it was more like a like tree. It was so big, and it was coming directly at my car, and I was like, what is this? And it was like hitting my car by the time I realized what the fuck it actually was. And I was like, what the hell? And the person who was with me at the time was like, I think that's a tumbleweed. And I was like, those are real? Like,
I've seen some massive ones. Like, I've seen one the size of a normal bedroom. Like, I've seen out in West Texas. And that's where you'll see most of the tumbleweeds, out in West Texas.
That is so nuts. And these people in Texas just act like this is normal. Like, I would never be able to drive around there.
It's normal to us.
And here I was thinking they weren't even real. So just imagine my surprise. I was like, what is this?
Well, what is this thing?
What is this? So you said you've been exploring for 18 years. Is that right?
18 years.
Wow.
Yep.
The OG.
Not OG. Even. I'm an old folk.
Well, same here. That's why I said we're probably both old, you know. Well, what was 18 years ago? I'm terrible with math. So 20 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, we've been. Yeah, and I've been exploring since 2009, so it's about the same.
Yeah. I keep telling myself, I'm done. And I'm like, the past, like, I think it was like when COVID hit, I told myself I was like done. And then I took some time off, and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel right. Like when I know like truly now, 5 years later, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I know I'm entering my last few years. And then I'm done. I'm going to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to ask because I listened to your No Tracers interview and you had had mentioned on there that you were retired or, you know, you kind of hung up your boots at that point. And I was like, oh,
that was old. That was old.
Very old. So I wanted to ask about that because obviously you had already kind of planned to not go back to Urbex at some point in time.
Yeah. And honestly, when that episode came out, I had personal things going on and I truly was like mentally wasn't there. So I was trying to figure things out, like on top of myself, but as well to where I wanted to go with the Urbex scene and plus the name and, you know, Keeper of the Second. That's where I was trying to figure things out too. So I had everything on pile on top of me. So I was trying to figure things out.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So did you end up taking a little bit of a break because of all of that?
About a year and a half, I took a break off, came back into it, started back up with the underground boxing in the Urbex scene in 2022. So since 2022, I've been exploring.
Okay, nice. So tell me more about this underground boxing thing, because I know absolutely nothing about it. And when I saw content for it on your Instagram, I was like, wait a second, what is fucking going on here? So I want you to tell me all about this stuff.
So, you know, my back in 2022, my buddy and I, we were, you know, he was a former Urbexer, but he hung the bag up. So it was like more of the idea with this whole underground boxing was like, you know, there's all this beef going on with one another. So we kind of like, you know what, let's see where this goes. So it's pretty much been since then, it's just been me and people calling me out to fight because apparently they have beef with me. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll take the fight.
Wow.
You know. But in general, this whole underground boxing was supposed to be for other individuals, you know, handle it in the ring and then just be a man about it and just let it all out in the ring and then walk off kind of deal. So since then, we've had a fight up in Detroit and then the past two have been in Philly. We just had our recent one in Philly in April.
Wow. So interesting. I had no idea that even existed. So I was like, what the hell's going on? Is this like the real deal? Or are they like actually fighting?
It's actually hand on, fighting. Yeah.
So what determines like when is the fight over? Because this could easily go into like someone could get murdered.
Yeah. So we still follow like the boxing rules and regulations. You know, actually this recent one, we actually had a couple more fights. So I had pulled out all the fighters. We talked about it. I told them the rules, the regulations, like, hey, you can't hit, you know, back to the back. We're going to do a timer, 2-minute rounds, 3 rounds. You get your time to rest in between rounds. So we still follow the rules. We still follow all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Obviously, I don't want anybody to be seriously injured, but I, you know, want them to let all the anger out or let everything out for them.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha. So do they end pretty well, would you say?
Oh, most definitely.
Good. Okay, good. You're like, no ambulance has been called or...
Okay, the last... Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. But, you know, I had the one fight a couple of weeks ago. Guys were laughing at the end, so I was like, yeah, good outcome. Good outcome. Like, hey, they, you know, cool, we let it out.
Yeah. I'm sure that quickly determines things too. You have to kind of rest your case after that with some of the beef. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a quick way to squash it.
Yeah, that's the main reason that we started to do something different, something new in this community besides having a page where everybody just calls everybody out, you know.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because I don't know much about this page, to be honest. I don't know who runs it, and I don't like what this brings, you know, to the community, so I blocked it, like, immediately because I'm just like, whatever. Obviously, the longer you're in the community, the more odds are you're going to get called out on there, so whatever is whatever, but...
I'm still going strong.
I'm not here for the energy, but it's also just because like there's so much toxic bullshit going on already. So I'm like,
most definitely.
I'm good on contributing or reading about it, whatever. Like what gets brought to my table is what gets brought to my table, and that's what I worry about, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I commend you for following along. I feel like it takes a brave soul because I'm like,
I follow it for like shits and giggles, like literally just shits and giggles. But it's like certain things I'm like, like all right, just honestly, I want to say it's like just man up. Besides doing this whole bullshit hiding behind the whole Urbex confession page, it's like how you said. Don't handle it until it's on my table.
Yeah, agreed. What are your thoughts, like, in general, about the Urbex community today?
Honestly, truly, that whole crew that I went with in Philly, you know, I truly trust those people. Like, they're mostly genuine, honest people, right? I can say this, it's like, nowadays, I have to go into this community with my guard up, no matter what. You know, my name has been slandered multiple and countless of times for the past 4 or 5 years. Really? You know, yeah. More of the fact on a podcast that's no longer with us. You know, my old crew who brought me into this, sadly, they passed away.
What?
You know, PTSD, suicide, cancer, all that. So that's why I still do this. But their families heard it, and they were like, they wanted to sue for defamation of character, and I told them, just let it be. Later down the line, it will come back up to them. But with this whole community, it's changed over the years. I mean, you can probably agree to this. It's like where the whole shift, I would say, is like back in 2020, where COVID pretty much kind of just change the direction of this whole community. Because I remember like back in, I've had this page since 2016, 2017.
Oh, wow.
So I want to say since 2016 to 2020, it was more the fact like Urbexers were, you know, they had each other's back. Yeah, you have a little smack talking just for shits and giggles around here, but now it's more the fact like good friends are enemies and lies and all this defamation of character. Names are being slandered for the past few years and other allegations. You know, it's changed. It's changed dramatically. And it's like, truly, I can say it's like your guard has to be up at all times, no matter what, including the individuals that you trusted for years, because you don't know what their next step behind you is going to be. If I could say this, it's like, if you met me in before COVID, let's say 2019 to now, my table has changed with individuals dramatically. If I can put the 10, 20 people that I had prior to COVID to now, it's changed dramatically.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that comes down to like the people you explore with too. Yeah.
Most definitely. Even that, I can barely trust them as of right now.
No, I get it.
Except for one. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. I say the same thing. Kind of have your guard up and trust no one, you know, initially until they give you all the reasons to trust them kind of situation. So
almost definitely.
Yeah, we're on the same page there. I can't believe though that you've kind of been talked about negatively. I didn't know that. So
it's all good.
I mean, it's the name of the game, you know. You kind of have to have balls to Urbex.
Yeah. You do. You definitely do.
Not just legally speaking, but if you want to engage with people in the community, then that's.
Yeah. It's either way, like new, upcoming, whatever, we're going to talk, you know, either way, we're going to talk shit.
Yeah.
Until you can prove us wrong.
Totally. It's definitely a prove your worth kind of community for sure.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I do agree with what you're saying, and I have noticed it more transparently in the last few interviews and conversations I've had, is that the COVID chapter kind of swayed things in a different direction than than before. And I don't really know why that is. I guess because the ease of exploring during COVID brought new people into the community that probably wouldn't have done it otherwise had that not happened. Maybe I don't really know.
And I feel like kind of low key is like all these big time influencers too. I guess, like you said, with COVID, it just ramped them up for it. You know, urbexers took road trips and stuff like that. And, you know, the whole thing of how people are calling this one individual who majority of this community wants to see us to fight. But Josh, exploring with Josh, I feel like he was like the kind of like the tier of this whole community changing fully.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude's been at it for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. He's more of like everything's handed to him on a silver plate. Pretty much kind of deal.
Of course, yeah, and you can tell because, like, how else would this work? Yeah. This is the issue I have. Everyone has their own reasoning for stuff, I guess, but
most definitely.
And I get it, you know, it's his livelihood, so there's this double-edged sword to it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like then you should lose the phrase explorer off your name because you're not exploring anymore. You're just getting things. Exactly. And if you're not like out scouting locations yourself, I feel, you know, like there's so much to it, to me anyway, that defines like the whole hobby or the lifestyle. So I feel like if you're not really like putting in part of the dirty work, then it loses its authenticity. So
most definitely.
We can only change the narrative and set a different tone if we start doing it differently. So I wish that things would just start being done a little bit differently. You know?
That is true. That is true.
No shade ever, though.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Always positivity. Like that. Even though you're like, I'm going to go kick someone's ass next week in a boxing match.
Well, I mean, hey, it brings entertainment. People still ask, like, I've been calling Josh out for the past, like, 6 years. Like, for the fuck.
I can't imagine him fighting though. Like I can't picture that.
He did it in 2018.
He did?
He did it in 2018 out in UK. And like,
is there like video of this? I want to see.
There is. And he looked like, in my eyes, like when I saw this in 2018, 2019, the footage, I agree with you. And people are like, I just called him out for the fuck of it. Since then, like, people keep asking me, like, hey, are you and Josh going to fight? When are y'all two going to fight? Like, dude,
You're clearly not worried.
I'm clearly not. Yeah. I keep telling people, I'm like, if I had that fight, I'm done.
Date.
I'm done. I'd retire.
That would be your retirement. That would be your end final fight.
Mm-hmm. That'd be like, I'm done with this community. Peace. I'm out.
And then you can squash the beef forever.
Yep. Peace, motherfuckers.
How many fights have you been in personally, like for this whole boxing thing?
Outside of this community, I've been in, I want to say 8 fights. If you add these fights, I am 7-1.
Oh,
right
wow.
now. Yeah.
Nice. You're like, I'm not scared of shit.
I'm not scared of shit.
I love it.
I might have a small lisp afterwards, but give me a second, it'll come back. Might be a little bloody, but hey, I'll be smiling.
Have you had like a serious injury from this whole boxing thing, or like broken nose, broken anything, broken bones?
Broken rib.
Oh, really?
Broken rib, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was training with the pros, and dude hit me good. He missed a shot. He hit me in the rib. It was supposed to be a kidney shot, and all you could hear in the ring, in the gym, you heard the loud pop.
Oh, no.
And I just fell.
Oh,
and I was like, I was out for a good while, like a good year. I was out for that fight.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And I had to back out for the fight because I was training too, and I had a fight coming up, and like within 2 to 3 months, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah.
and then it put you out for a year. Holy crap.
I could have came in sooner, but I was like, I just wanted to take the extra time to fully heal and to get back into it. Yeah.
That's your rib. Like, that's nothing to fuck around with. Like, you're not talking about a finger here.
Yeah, no. I mean, some of the fighters too came in with a broken hand. Some of them like a small minor fracture, bruises. Us fighters, we don't come in like some come in 100%, some don't because training, practicing like that. Minor injuries, major injuries, we still go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess you don't have a choice. If you show up, you show up.
You show up, you get paid.
Yeah, how does that work? Do you like pay people for these fights, or like how does that go?
They just do it for the fuck of it.
Oh, really? Holy shit.
They just do it. Yeah.
They're just there to squash their beef and be men about it. Wait, do you have women in these things?
I haven't had no women stand up to it. Not yet.
I mean, I'm sitting here like, maybe I would do it, but I'm like, I don't want to have to fight anybody. I don't want to have that much beef with anyone. It would just be for funsies.
Funsies. Yeah.
So basically, no. But I want to come watch. So how does that work? You just like show up kind of thing?
Yeah, we had it at like literally the last two, we had it at a chop shop. The owner allowed us to have the fight there. I mean, we charge them cheap as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like $5. I mean, we're urbexers, we're cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let me most of it, half of the money goes towards the to the owners, and the other half went to the charity that I've been supporting for the past few years now, called the Miles of Grace.
No, what is that about?
So it's mostly about the mental health. Gotcha. So that's pretty much about it.
Okay, gotcha. And you've been doing that for how long?
I've been doing that for about a few years. Since we started doing this whole underground kind of thing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So kind of since the start of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you go about, like, do you promote for these things, or do you just like keep this? How do you even like
I promote it?
How legal is this? Like, how do we go?
I mean,
on an Urbex podcast.
I promote it. I mean, hey, and I mean, it's been going well.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. Do you have a lot of people attend to come watch the fights too?
We had this last one. We had quite a bit of people show up, which is pretty good. About 30 people. Wow. I mean, to me, that's pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah, for sure. Are they all like in the Urbex community? I assume since they know the beef, they're here for the beef. They're
here to watch. And plus, like the owner had his people too, so he had his buddies coming out to watch the fight too. So
cool. Oh, that's actually really cool. Mm-hmm. They got entertainment value out of it.
Yeah, they got entertainment value out of it. But I always go into that fight like, I'm here to win. I'm here to do this fight. I'm here to do my job. If I don't, cool. I lose. I go on to the next.
Is it ever more motivation though to do better next time?
No, most definitely. Always.
Yeah.
Always. I've changed since then. I've changed multiple different gyms, and I've been sticking to this one for the past 2 years. This coach is actually from Stockton. He's had his experience in MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu, and all that. So he went amateur, and he was to the point like he could have gone pro, but he had family. But since then, I've been on that level type of training with him. But
gotcha.
That's where we're at right now. We're just waiting for, apparently this Russian dude wants a fight this fall. So either November or December, we'll be going back up to Philly again for it.
Oh, nice. Nice. Do you do a lot of exploring kind of simultaneously while you're out doing that stuff, or how does that go?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I get there like maybe a few days before. I'll show up that morning, and we're hitting the ground running.
You make the most out of your time.
Yes, ma'am. I try.
It. Do you always explore with a crew, or do you ever go alone?
I used to go alone, but nowadays I don't trust myself. And just in general, I just don't trust. Sometimes I can make stupid mistakes. So
you need supervision.
I need supervision.
You need a babysitter to explain.
I do. At times.
That's funny. I feel like I've noticed that about myself too, whereas I used to feel like totally collected and capable of myself, but now I catch myself doing really dumb shit and I'm just like, I really don't need to be doing this alone because I get way too excited and lose sight of whatever's important, like legally. You know what I mean? I'm I'm already breaking the law, like that goes without say, but I can be a little bit more discreet or a little bit more cautious or a little bit more mindful, and that's easy to forget along the way. So
most definitely.
I hear you 100%. Have you ever been in trouble or gotten arrested or anything like that?
No, but I've had my fair share with the police, talking to them, with Popo talking to them, or playing hide and seek with them in an abando.
Ooh, that's always fun. Have you had a good hideout where you've had to camp out to hide from the cops for a while?
In the ceiling.
In the ceiling? Oh my God.
We were exploring this abandoned hospital and, we're just having a good time. And then all we hear is cops rolling up. We heard a car. It was a state trooper. And he starts yelling. He's like, hey, we're going to send in the K9. We're going to send in the K9. Stuff like this.
You're like, oh shit.
If you come out. And we're, I'm looking at my crew, my original crew. And we're all like, what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? And one of the guys is like, well, hey, we can play hide and seek, go up to the ceiling or just move floor to floor. So we played floor to floor. We heard them go up a floor and then we go down a floor. We heard them go down a floor. We go up 2-3 floors. And then we got to the point like, all right, we just need to hunker down. And so we went up to a ceiling. We went into one of the patient's rooms and just said, fuck it, we'll go up to the ceiling. We just chilled there for a good 6 hours, just waiting for them to leave.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we didn't walk out of that place until maybe 1 or 2 a.m. just to be on the safe side.
Holy shit. And they were gone by that point,
they were
obviously.
Gone. Yeah, they were gone by then.
My goodness. But you don't know how long they were gone before you guys got out of there.
Yeah, no.
No, they could have been there for 45 minutes and you're like, we're staying here for 6 hours.
Well, we were doing the whole floor thing for a good 2 to 3 hours with them.
Oh my God, I would just be exhausted. Yo, I'm leaving.
Well, kid you not, we were taking our shots while we were going through, so we made our most out of it too. Hey, wait.
I love that. It's like the
wait, say trooper, I gotta take my shot.
You're like, tell me when they're coming upstairs. I'm running down the hall real quick to take a shot of this room.
Yeah, that's how it was pretty much.
Oh my God, that's ultimate urbexing right there. That's all the components happening at one time. I don't know if I could take a straight shot. I already can't take a straight shot to save my damn life. I'm surprised I haven't been called out about that somewhere in the community. This bitch doesn't know how to take a straight picture, and I couldn't imagine having to do it while I'm being tailed by the cops. Yeah. No. Y'all take my pictures for me to take my phone. I love it.
Fun times. It was a good time.
But they didn't get you that day. So what's a time where you've actually had to speak to the cops?
Ooh. My buddy dumbass. My
buddy dumbass princess.
My buddy dumbass was we were walking up to a place. And I'm like, dude, there's a state trooper coming right this way. There's a state trooper coming. No, we're fine, man, we're fine. I'm like, look to your left. There's a state trooper. Nah, man, we're fine. Whoop. I'm like, the copy was laughing too, because I'm over here cussing him out. I'm like, I fucking told you. He sees the heads. And he comes up, he rolls down his window. He talks to me. He's like, so you know what was going on? I'm like, yeah. And I told his fucking dumbass to fucking leave. And he starts crapping up. He's like, all right, you know the drill. I'm like, I know. We're going our way. Our car's right over there if you want to follow us. And my dumbass friend, his response was like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I fucking told you, dude.
Idiot. No, we're good. We're good.
We're good. No, we're not.
You're like, what did you think? I was making up a story
to
tell you along the way? No.
And then this just happened on our trip. We're coming off of a resort. We're making around in the resort. This resort pretty much gone. It burnt, majority of it burnt down.
Oh, no.
But we were doing a round. We were coming out from the other way back to the main entryway, and we're all like, we see the state trooper, and we're like, fuck. So we came back to the behind so he doesn't see us, and we're all like, well, what do we do? What would you do? What do you want to do? We're like, and one of the guys was like, fuck it, we just go out, like, you know, like, hey, we were here, like, truly. And we go out there with confidence. We walk by. My buddy walks by. He looks at the state trooper. I walk by, look at the state trooper. We're all like, is he going to do anything? We got in our cars. Kid you not, we got in our cars and we left. The state trooper waved at us, and that was it.
What? He did nothing?
He didn't do nothing.
He straight up did not care.
He did not care. We were like, he's not here for us, or he does not give a shit.
He doesn't care. That's like the best encounter to have is like, hey, dude.
What up?
That's all.
Yeah.
I like those stories, and I like the ones I've heard when people are like, yeah, so we noticed a cop chilling outside the bando, so we just roll up to him, and we're like, hey, can we go inside? And they're like, oh, yeah, you can just go in while I'm gone, and we'll pretend this never happened. I'm like, what's the point of you being there? Like,
I've had that happen before. Actually, speaking of that, is here in Texas, I was going into this one town, and, you know, obviously I got caught, whatever. I had to go the full 10 yards with it. Had to go talk to a judge and all.
oh, no.
The judge was like, so what do you do? I told him, I was like, look, I take photos of abandoned buildings. I explore. I understand I do trespass. This is on my own stuff. And he's like, you know what? He's like, here's the thing. How long are you here for? I'm like, I was going to be here originally for about a day or two. He's like, I'll give you 3 days to explore everything. I'll write you a paper from me, signed, allowing you to go to these places, do your thing, get the fuck out. I'm like, okay.
What? So you basically got 3-day pass.
A 3-day pass to explore abandoned spots of this one town.
You're like, little did you know, all you got to do is get busted in one place, and it might turn into a 3-day pass.
He was like, my kid watches this shit, and I can't believe I'm talking to. This is freaking crazy. I'm talking to an urban explorer. I'm like, hey, and he was like, I'll make a deal with you. I'll drop the charges. You got a 3-day pass. After that 3rd day, and if you're still here, we'll bring the charges back. I'm like, okay, deal. I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
You're like, can you have this roll over into other counties where I can get 3-day passes?
I wish.
Like, how does this work? Can you recommend me to other judges? Like,
please.
who else has kids that watch Urbex?
Yeah, for real.
I love that. It's like the best outcome of all time. I'm sure you were like not expecting anything close to that remotely.
Yeah,
you're like, I'll be lucky to get out of this with $100 fine.
Yeah, my crew and I were like, we were all like, what the fuck just happened?
That's crazy. You're like, can I thank your kids personally for being real cool?
For real.
I love it. Did you get a lot of exploring done with your 3-day pass?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were going up from 4 a.m. to like 6, 7 at night.
Oh shit! You're like, no sleep. We're going. We're going the most out of 72 hours.
Kid you not? And some cops actually followed our car and just parked there.
Yeah,
just
like,
to be, like
personal protection.
Literally.
Yeah, like the VIP bando treatment. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. So after that, we made a portfolio and made a file for him. We sent it out to the judge. We were like, here's
nice
all the shots. Signed it and everything for him.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice of you. I don't know if that'll ever happen again.
No. Nowadays, no. This this happened in like 2012, 2013. I'm gonna say around that time. That whole thing.
Oh,
So like
wow. Yeah.
early days. Yeah,
Dang.
when the law wasn't like all up on us
Breathing down our necks and shit.
for real.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure you can see the shift in how like
Oh, most definitely.
the law approaches things, especially now. And I'm sure that's another thing that's changed for them during COVID and since COVID. So it's a double whammy for us, the ones that want to do it the right way and that are like the OGs.
Yeah.
So yeah. What has been your favorite explore so far?
I haven't had one yet.
What?
I haven't had like that's like I could.
Is that why you're still doing this? You're like, I'm waiting for the moment to have my favorite.
Yeah, I would say like to my original crew. I'm finishing off their chapter. I'm finishing off their story.
So I assume that means you still have like a bucket list for yourself.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any here in this country?
A couple.
Yeah.
And then obviously overseas.
Yeah. That's a big one, I think, for all of us, especially the ones that haven't gone over there yet. You know, it's like there's lots of potential over there, and it feels like a whole world to explore. Yeah. Yeah. There's only so much you can do around here because we have like our monumental urbex spots in the community that everybody wants to do.
Or the flavor of the month.
Exactly, yeah. So do you have plans for travels for urbex or anything like that? Do you have any future things planned?
Possibly as of right now. Right now, next month for sure. Might be hitting up a couple of the southern states.
Ooh, nice.
And then if you want to tag along, I'll shoot you the dates.
Yes, that would be awesome.
I'll shoot you the dates. But after that, I think I'm going to make a day trip out to another state. Maybe in August, September time. There's 2 malls that have been low key popping, but like they're still under the radar for this community. So I kind of want to hit that up before they get destroyed.
Before they get exposed.
Exposed.
I get it. What has been like your most challenging explore, would you say?
This prison's now gone completely. It was a state federal prison out in Rhode Island, completely demoed now. How to go through. I'm 5'10", a buck 90. So I'm a big dude. I had to fit, for one, the fence was like, maybe like the whole, kind of want to, like good small portion. Like for you, it would be easy.
Gotcha.
And then width was like maybe half of me. So I had to fit through there, get into it, then go through the next fence. Thank God that fence was a little bigger. And then the window, I was like, cool, the window's pretty cool. Like, all right. And I'm getting into it, and I'm like, I'm fucking stuck. Stuck.
No.
I got stuck, and so my buddy behind me and my buddy in front of me pushed and pulled me in.
Oh my
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this again. Fuck this.
At least.
And then we were exploring it, and then state trooper decided to pull up and chill out in front for about 4 or 5 hours. So we're just in there chilling as well.
Oh my gosh, you love to just chill with the cops right there.
I guess so.
I'm like a magnet for it.
I don't want to. But we were hanging out in front of it, and that was it. It was like, I feel like he saw us through the windows, because my dumbass friend decided to be like, oh look, let me see. I want to see the cops.
It's like, let me see the cop, even though.
Yeah. And then when we went back through it, freaking what these cops did in the main hole, barbed wired it. and then put a bike lock on it. So I think I still have a scar from it, but like two of them went
Oh,
in my shoulder blade.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That is messed up. Damn. They were like, you might be able to camp out, but have fun with this.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about location sharing in the Urbex community? Do you have a protocol that you go by?
Prove your worth. And that's pretty much, for me, it's like, if I don't know you and we're not on that level, you got to prove your worth. Like, honestly. And then even too, is like, for me, I'll do my own research about you. Start talking to other Urbexers about you, see what they feel, how they feel about you. And then, you know, you hit up some gem spots. I might give you a spot or two, but until then, it's like, you gotta prove your worth.
Yeah.
I'm not the whole like, oh, hey, here, let's make a whole Discord about every spot. Here you go.
No, that's just annoying.
I mean, I've kind of have all their maps, but hey, you know what? Works my advantage.
You're right. We just don't participate.
We don't participate.
If there's a gain, then we'll take it.
Oh, most definitely.
No, I agree. I'm with you there. And I'm the same as you about proving your worth. I really can't stand it. It's become a pet peeve when people like just slide into my comments or DM and they're like, hey, where's this at? I'm like, what?
I don't know you.
Like, first off, do you know how long I've stared at a Google map? My brain is a Google map. Like, it looks like a Google map in there at this point. That's how long I've stared at one. So put your fucking work in. Get on a damn computer. You're on one now. You're on your phone. It's sliding into my DMs. Instead of doing that, get on a map for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. And now with technology nowadays, obviously the best thing is like taking a screenshot and just put it into Google.
Do your image reverse?
I do. I'm going to be honest. I do image reverse.
I do too. I can't imagine that most of us aren't guilty of that unless you just straight up don't know that exists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's like cutting a corner like no other corner to be cut.
Yeah, for real. And it's like, I found quite a few good spots out of the whole image reverse. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Isn't it annoying though when like the first 3 pages of the results come up and they're all YouTube video thumbnails of the spot that's been done because like everyone and their mom has been done it. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, just pull up Zillow and give me the address.
Yeah, for real.
I need that street view, y'all.
Or send it to the courts to my buddies to be like, hey, is this a spot? Yeah. How do you get in? Here you go. I'm like, all right, cool. Thank you.
Same.
Peace.
Yeah. That's the only time I really get lazy is trying to figure out the way in, especially if it's not like super clear. Sometimes it's pretty like self-explanatory based on looking at a location. I do the same thing. But that's the only time I ask questions. I don't ever ask anybody for a location.
Oh, most definitely.
You have your own crew, right?
So, like, for me, I can say I've been an outlaw. So I've been going alone, like linking up with different crews.
Gotcha.
So the people that I have here in Texas, it's one person, and then I have another buddy out in Colorado, and then my other friend is out in Georgia. Okay. So like, yes and no. Like, yes, I have a crew, but like, not really.
Yeah. But that's kind of cool. You have them scattered out too. So you're like, I get to keep my options open. I get to hit all the places.
And so I hit people up from different states and I'm like, hey, I'm coming here, you know, and they're like, oh, hey, here's some spots to go look, explore. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that is what's kind of funny is like as toxic as the community can be, there's also those people that are really nice and chill and it's just a matter of...
We know who you are.
Yeah, we gotta find the people that are on the same wavelength.
Almost definitely.
What do you think the future of the Urbex community looks like? Do you think it's just going to get more crazy, or do you think things will calm down eventually?
I think it's going to hit its peak at craziness within the next couple of years. And then it's just going to... I feel like we're still in that high of like, oh, shit, this is pretty badass, like Urbexing. And then it will just plummet quick.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. It'll lose its edge because all these like COVID urbexers will start to phase out. Is kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A blessing and a curse, in my opinion, because I think for the sake of some of the bandos, it'll be a good thing. So,
Most definitely.
So the ones of us that want to keep doing it, I think will have a little bit more luck, but
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you dive into your Explorer's track. Give me a song that is important to you or your Urbex journey if you have one.
Oh, gosh. I'm from the South, so I'm listening to country. I'm listening from country to rock to early 2000 alternative music to heavy metal. But then it changes quick when I'm there. I'm either just listening to how the bando's, everything moving around in the bando, or I'm listening to classical music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You are just all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
That's awesome. I honestly didn't expect you to be a country person, even though you're from Texas. Like, you just don't give me that vibe aesthetically speaking. And obviously, it's like, don't judge a book by its cover kind of ordeal. But like, that was like the last thing I expected.
I get that a lot from people. They're like, you don't look like the country guy. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it.
You're like, no, when I'm out here mowing my lawn,
Not yet.
I got the country playlist on, y'all.
Yep.
That's the true Texan in you, I guess.
Oh, most definitely.
So do you have a favorite artist or a favorite song?
As of right now, it has been NF, the music artist called NF. And then as well, too, I've been listening to Sleep Token.
Okay. Nice.
That's been popping. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like how you're like, I'm not like,
I'm
not a fangirl.
I'm not.
I don't get that off of you, so that doesn't surprise me. I can't see you like, getting that hyped up about the song. All right. Well, if you want to let everyone know where we can find you, your content, social media, anything like that.
It's been mostly on Instagram, so KeeperOfTheSecond. That's where everything's at.
Have you always had that handle? Has that been your name the whole time?
Since my original crew gave me the name.
Oh, they gave that to you. Oh, nice. I love that. I was going to ask how that happened because I love the name.
Millie was the one. She was the heart of the crew, my original crew. She was the heart of it. We had Millie, we had Chief, we had Sarge, and we had Jeff, and then there was me. So it was 5 of us. We've been exploring. We were exploring for, I didn't get the name for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And she was like, you know what? Your name's going to be KeeperOfTheSecond. And I asked her, I was like, well, what does it mean? She's like, for the past years, we've all watched you enjoy your moments with us. You enjoy the time, you enjoy the seconds with us exploring, and as well, just enjoying the time being around us and stuff like that. So I kind of go with that, like to enjoy the moments, enjoy every moment you have with your crew or with whoever you make along the line in this community.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen to the next second. And obviously, I enjoyed every moment with them. And, sadly, they're not here with me.
Yeah.
So now I'm still enjoying it and finishing off the chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of crazy. So you're the only one left.
I'm the last one, yeah.
Wow. That's insane. That's very insane.
Yeah.
You're a survivor, I guess.
I mean, she passed away from cancer, and the other guys, they were in the military. So
PTSD. Yeah.
So
that's rough. What kind of cancer did she have?
She had skin.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was 2016. That would have made her, I think, like 21, 22.
Wow.
I want to say. Yeah.
Wow. That's so young. That's crazy.
I want to say. Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
I was the younger one. I was the baby in the community, in the group.
And you were the youngest, so she was older than you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's all good.
Well, thank you again for your time, and I'll obviously be in touch.
Sounds good.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well.
All right. And that was KeeperOfTheSecond, Urbex photographer, fighter, and all-around brilliant human. Huge thanks to Keeper for joining me for being so open and for reminding us that exploration isn't just about the buildings. It's about how we carry ourselves while doing the one thing that we are most passionate about. If you're not already following Keeper, go check him out at KeeperOfTheSecond on Instagram. As always, the links will be in the description. If you liked what you heard today, please leave a rating, share the podcast, or tell a fellow explorer. I will be back next week. Until then, keep exploring the allure and the abandoned, the beauty of decay, and the echoes of elsewhere.